Yo, what is good, everybody? It's your boy, the Strongest Wizard, and tonight is indeed Fight Night. And of course, we have ourselves another OP07 match. We got my boy Endeavor on the left-hand side once again with that Doffy, as well as myself on the right with Perona. Now, I'm very excited to talk about this deck just because this is the Land of Wano build, a deck that I've been waiting to play with for a very long time, and it's finally here, aka the one-cost searcher Otama. And honestly, it's pretty big in the deck. It's a 2k counter, it's searchable, and a search is pretty awesome. So Endeavor playing his own Perona to kind of going ahead and reorganizing the top 5 cards of his deck to kind of set up his deck and his engine, of course. I feel like Doffy is going to be a deck that never dies. I feel like everyone just loves that deck so much. So we're going to start things off on my side with a Momonosuke, going ahead and searching the top 5 for a Land of Wano card, grabbing another Momo, and then passing the turn. Unfortunately, he did play that Perona the following turn, the previous turn, so it's going to go ahead and swing over it, but we are going to see a 7k swing going into life playing the Weevil, and I'm actually going to go ahead and take this and then passing the turn. Now I'm of course at 3 life only and with 4 Dawn, and I'm debating here what exactly I want to do. I need to get rid of this 4-cost character. It's a 4/6. Essentially it's a 4/6 vanilla, and I need to get rid of it ASAP, because once you let Doffy kind of get this ball rolling here, it gets really scary, man. It gets really scary. So I'm gonna go ahead and tap 1 here for an Otama, searching top 5 for a Land of Wano card. Otama is pretty insane, also being a 2k counter, and I'm gonna go ahead and grab a 2k counter off of that Izo, of course, that 2k counter being Izo. And now with 3 active Dawn, there's no way for me to actually remove this character, which is Weevil, with an ability. I have to swing over it, and I'm thinking to myself, I can swing 6 into Weevil and then play Momo to search for something else, but I feel like that just doesn't make the most sense. So I think what I'm going to go ahead and do is swing 8k into 6, and it does go down. Very happy with this decision. I think obviously looking back at it, it was the right play. And now with Endeavor at 5 Dawn here, of course this is a perfect curve for Endeavor. He always really wants to go first in most matchups, so we're swinging 9k into life and then go ahead and play out that 4/6 vanilla, which is Gecko Moria. Now I know what you guys are thinking, Wizard, why are you taking so long to think about this play? Well, I actually don't want to take this, and the reason why is because pudding is a thing which I forgot about. If I remembered about pudding, I would have just countered the previous attack, but I am going to go ahead and counter out of this 9k. I have to pitch 3 cards to do so. Pretty dumb. Pretty dumb to do so. I should have counted out of the first one, but hey, we live and we learn. I'm gonna go ahead and drop the Momonosuke to find myself a Ryuma, a card that I've been looking for. Rest the Perona, swing over it, and now play the Hiyori ability. We're gonna trash the character, play the Ryuma from hand, pop the 4-cost, and then draw a card off the top of our deck because of Hiyori. An insanely good card, and Otama just like pulls it all together, helps you find everything, right? So we're swinging 5k over the Momo, and now we see the event card to bottom deck both of those characters. Pretty tragic, honestly. With a ton of cards in this deck, we can actually pull cards from our trash, that being Gecko Moria, but unfortunately when you bottom deck them, you're never going to see them again. So 5k into life, he counters out of it. Now we see the Gecko Moria coming into play. We see the Hiyori as well as the Momonosuke coming down, and I don't have a target for Hiyori, and I'm absolutely devastated. If he bottom decks both of these characters, I'd be pretty sad. They were technically free because of Gecko, but yeah. So we see the 5k swing over the 0k Momonosuke. Really good blocker there, and it looks like we are going to go ahead and possibly tap 3, but it looks like he did make a mistake. He actually meant to swing into life, and the reason why is we'll go over it right now, but I do end up taking my own life there off of that 5k swing, and now he drops the Doffy, changing the top 5 on the top of his deck. Fantastic card, and once you set one up, you can set one up every other turn, so really good here for Endeavor. Exactly what you want to see, not really missing a beat here. And now we see the Boa Hancock to bottom deck the Momonosuke, as well as stun the Gecko Moria. Really good card. A 6/8 is extremely good with that ability as well. Really underrated, honestly. I guess people are talking a lot about it, so I guess it's rated. But we are going to see the Samurai here, resting both of my characters to draw 2 cards. A really great card in this deck. I just drew 2 cards for 1 Dawn. and both of these characters can attack. So we're going to see the Suru ability here, making a 4-cost ability. We're going to rest this character using Hiyori ability to play out the Ryuma, drawing a card at the top of our deck, and then getting rid of the Boa Hancock. And now I still have a Dawn. Yeah, I still have a Dawn, which is pretty incredible. And I actually also have another Samurai in my hand, which I might actually just use, because it's just that good. I mean, why wouldn't I just want to draw an extra 2 cards, right? So it looks like we are swinging 6k into life, and it does connect, and now we play another Samurai to rest both of these characters to draw ourselves 2 extra cards. And now with 6 active Dawn, I mistakenly played the Sabo, but since this is friendlies, I'm going to take it back. Play out the Otama, search top 5 for a Land of Wano card, grabbing myself a 2k, and then I play the Sabo. And the reason why I do so is because obviously if I find a dead card in my hand off of the Otama, something I don't really need, I can use Sabo ability to go ahead and pitch it. Now I do pitch 2 Ryumas just because I do need them in trash. Cards like Gecko help me bring them out, so that's really important to do, right? So it looks like we are going to go ahead and with 10 active Dawn, Endeavor has some plays. Now I do have a pretty insane board here. I have the Gecko, the Ryuma, as well as the Sabo. Obviously the 2/1 costs don't pose any threat at all, but we see that deadly pudding coming down, putting my whole hand into my deck to shuffle and then draw 5 cards. Now this is really huge just because I searched off the Otama, I did 2 Samurais and the Sabo, so my hand was pretty stacked. I mean, I was able to kind of fix it and curate it as much as I could. So now with 6 active Dawn, we're going to see a 7k swing, most likely into the Ryuma, but he actually goes into life, and I'm going to go ahead and block it with the Sabo and then counter with a 2k counter. And now we see the Weevil coming down to draw himself a card. Really good turn here, a little bit of disruption, but unfortunately my whole board ended up staying alive, and this is pretty big. Now unfortunately I can't swing into anything, but thankfully for our leader ability we can rest something. So with 10 active Dawn, I have a couple plays, and we're going to start things off here with that brand new 8-cost Sabo, an insanely good card, getting rid of a 5-cost or lower as well as a 3-cost, so that Doffy as well as that Weevil, popping both by trashing a card from my hand. And then leader ability, I'm going to rest the pudding and then swing 6 into 4, and swinging 6 into life with the Ryuma. Endeavor's going to give us a 2k counter, and now we swing 7 with Sabo. And he's going to give us 2 cards, and I'm swinging 9 into life. Now, the reason why I swing with Sabo, I know a lot of people are kind of curious why I did that. He's still an attacker. And I really have no fear going down to 1 life. I feel like I was going to do it anyways if he were to do that. And now we see the another bottom deck coming into play. And, I mean, he has the Boa Hancock rested, but honestly, I feel like that card is a lot less relevant in this meta. It's really easy to remove, so I'm swinging 7k actually possibly into the Boa. Now Boa is only a 5k character, which is pretty huge, and I think Endeavor's kind of thinking about this. I could be swinging into life as well, so he's gonna go ahead and give me 2 cards, and now I swing a 9 into life, and I see the Gecko Moria, so I was swinging 7 into life, and he probably was a bit puzzled off of that, so I'm gonna play the Ryuma to pop the 4-cost character, and then replacing the Otama with a Momonosuke. Now I feel like at this point, we're probably not going to swing into the Momo. We most likely will just swing into life. Endeavor has to try to win as fast as he possibly can, and there's no way he can really set up a board. But we see the Jinbei coming down. First time we see this match, playing out that Doffy off of hand for free, and then reorganizing our top 5 of our deck. This is pretty good. He's able to kind of establish something, and unfortunately though, my board is is kind of cracked here. So it looks like we might swing pretty heavy here. It could be a 9k swing or a 10k swing into life. And yeah, he's swinging 10k into the Gecko, playing the Weevil to draw himself a card. And this is just a 2k counter, which I do give it to him. And then he's going to go ahead and pass the turn. So Perona ability, we're going to rest the blocker, swing 9k into life, he connects, and then he just scoops. Thank you guys so much for checking out this channel, this video. I really do appreciate it, and stay tuned because I have a ton of new OP07 content coming out soon. See ya!